Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope your day's been good, but better watch this video. So guys, it's been a while. It's been like 6 months that I haven't posted anything, but here I am. But before we get into this video, thank you all for 619 subscribers, which is like a big number. I never thought I'd get this far, but like, wow. So for today's video, we're going to be discussing A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Like, it's a good book, but it's pretty hard, so that's why I'm here to explain it to you guys and make it easier. So, anyways, let's continue with this video. Chapter 1, period. The first chapter is about the two most powerful and prominent powers in the European continent in the year 1775, both monarchies, France and England, or England or France, as shown here. So they both were monarchies, and what we're going to be discussing in chapter 1 is their situation, their environment, and what basically was happening in these both countries. So powerful and prominent, I don't know about the year, like it's just a word I would like to use because World War One, if you ever like study that, they were pretty like powerful during that time as well, and they've always stayed powerful. That's why I use the words powerful and prominent. If they're wrong, if they were weak in that time period, do correct me in the comments. But anyways, we're going to be discussing situation in England. So in England, the king and queen were least bothered with the affairs of the country and the people. There was no execution of laws. People who had white-collar jobs in the day and presented themselves as sophisticated and mannered beings turned into the worst crooks at night. See what I did there? Robberies were common and people were warned to store their furniture to prevent it from being robbed while they were away. There was no one to stop them or question their actions. No one was safe. So the situation in England was basically that the king and queen were least bothered with the people or the country's affairs. There were laws, but they weren't enforced or executed on the people. And because of that, people that had white collar jobs or just people in general became crooks. At night, they would just turn. And especially like people from good families, white collar jobs, who had white collar jobs, and you don't expect them to do these type of things, but they would turn into the worst crooks at night. And robberies were so common that people go if you're going down the street, you're gonna be suspecting everybody that they're gonna be robbing you the next moment or the next second. And people had serious trust issues with each other. You wouldn't even trust your own neighbor. So, anyways, this was the situation in England, and there was no one to stop them or question their actions. It was like you can go and kill anybody, and nobody's gonna question you, or nobody's gonna stop you, and nobody's gonna even ask you what the hell you're doing, man. And yeah, you got away with anything you wanted. Now, so this is what it looked like, a representation. So, for example, I heard you're going out of town. Yes, I am going to visit my family. I advise you then to store your furniture or it's going to be stolen. Oh. So this was the situation. You had to store your furniture or it's going to be stolen while you're away. You see? The situation was just out of this world. Another example would be empty your pockets. Oh, sheesh! So, oh, sheesh, because it's like family friendly. We're keeping it family friendly, so you could just insert the word here. Anyways, moving on, the situation in France. While on the other hand, in France, the punishments for breaking the law were brutal to discourage crime. So, why were these punishments brutal? To discourage crime. It was their way of discouraging crime. If a youth doesn't kneel for monks passing 50 yards away, his hands were cut off, his tongue torn out, and his burned alive. It was like people's basic human rights were taken away from them. So the situation in France was basically like their punishments were brutal. The laws were very, very harshly enforced on the people, and there was not even a bit of leniency. And one of the example was that if someone didn't like kneel to the monks that were passing 50 yards away, you are gonna be, I don't know, the worst things are gonna happen to you. Your hands are gonna be cut off, then tongue is gonna be torn out, and then you're gonna be burned alive. Even today in this modern society where laws are enforced but still are like kind of lenient, even if you kill somebody, you won't be punished this harshly. Yes, you're gonna lose your life or get a life sentence, but this thing is not gonna happen. But in France, this did happen, and this was their way of discouraging crime. And when I say basic human rights were taken away, is like just you could say it's like to cover the whole situation up. But it wasn't exactly like their human rights were taken away, but it was kind of like their human rights were taken away because, like, what if you just missed those monks? Like, what if you didn't see them and that's why you didn't kneel to them? You didn't have the option to kneel or not. You couldn't speak up against this all. You had to follow these laws. That was the only way. And you just had to follow them. You can't question them. You have no right to question them. And people were living their lives scared all the time, living their lives in pure fear. So, an example would be a person being burned alive, and the guard being like, I think he's asking the guard, pleading for his life, please save me, mister. But the guard's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Meet you in heaven. Okay. Another example would be Tom here. So Tom decided not to kneel to the monks or just missed them from 50 yards away. And now this poor soul, look, he was such a pure soul, so optimistic that he's still smiling. Dude, your head's gonna be chopped off, Tom. Tom, take it seriously. Tom! Okay. Tom's still smiling, it's fine. Anyway, in this chapter, the environment of both countries is shown in the year 1775, and this is where the events of the story take place. Will take place, or have taken place, whatever you want to use. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I know it's nothing to enjoy, but still. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's at zoha.hamad. Like, yeah, please go follow me. It's just fun. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell and leave a comment. And okay, I'm just like tired now. Anyways, see you all next time in the second video, which will be chapter 2 of The Tale of Two Cities. Bye, guys.